Welcome to today's session. I'm Amy and I'm here to take you through an hour's approximately worth of yoga today. We're going to come to a comfortable seat to start, however is comfortable for you, whether that be sitting on a cushion or a block. We're just coming down onto your mat and just starting to relax and switch off from the day. The theme for today's session I've borrowed from a book that I read recently, which just happened to catch my eye on the shelf in the library as I was choosing some books with my children. And the title of the book was Brave, Not Perfect. And that struck a chord with me instantly. It's written by a lady called Reshma Saujani. And she talks really beautifully throughout the book about how a lot of us, women in particular, have this idea of perfection and that desire to be perfect in every aspect of our lives, be it our careers, as parents, as friends, as partners. You know, we beat ourselves up over the smallest things sometimes, and that desire to be perfect can hold us back in so many ways because, you know, we're constantly analysing, obsessing over little details, considering, discussing things, weighing up every option, and sometimes we can do that far too much, and then we talk ourselves out of, or we miss out on opportunities. Maybe some of you can relate to that. I certainly can. Even when I was planning this class today, it's the classic wanting everything to be perfect. What is perfect? Reshma asks us. Reshma then talks about how bravery is making choices based on what we want and what makes us happy, as opposed to what other people want and what other people would expect of us. So she challenges us to be brave, not perfect. And I thought that would be a really lovely thought to bring into a theme for the class today. So how am I going to bring that into the yoga? When we move, I want you to think about what feels right for you and what feels right for your body. The shapes that we create today and the movements that we make may not look exactly the same. Everyone may look slightly different, but that's fine as long as you're moving in a way that's right for you. And I really want you to tune in and listen to your bodies and move in a way that works for you. I'm of course going to cue you, make sure you're moving in a safe way, but if you want to do something slightly different, I'm totally inviting you, totally open to you moving in a way that works for you. We're going to do lots of heart openers, so opening ourselves up, being brave, being courageous, and some balances as well, maybe challenging those bravery muscles a little bit to take ourselves into positions that sometimes make us feel a little bit more vulnerable. So we're going to start today with a quote from the book that particularly struck a chord with me. So if we can all find a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall, finding a little bit of length through the spine. Taking a nice deep breath in, releasing that breath, letting the shoulders drop down away from the ears. And just gently closing the eyes. We can't be unique by copying someone else's formula any more than we can become successful by striving for someone else's definition of success. And really, what's the point of succeeding by someone else's rules anyway? We need to fear less, fail more, and live bolder. I'd like you to try and keep those three words in mind as we move through today's class. Fear less, fail more, and live bolder. Keeping the eyes closed, I'm just going to start to tune into our bodies and our breath. And taking the time just to notice how we are feeling at the start of today's class. And that can mean physically, mentally, emotionally. Just taking that second to recognize how you feel, tuning out from everything that's on around you, everything that's gone on from the day before, the day prior, that might be going on in the rest of the day. And just start to zone in to this moment, this hour. Just taking a few more deep breaths. Long, slow on the exhale, just calming everything down. And then feel free to keep the eyes closed and let my voice guide you. I'm just going to drop the chin to the chest. Just starting this really lovely gentle movement just to wake up through the body, help ourselves and tune into how we're feeling. Feeling the stretch up through the back of the neck. Bringing the head back up to the centre and bringing the left ear over to the left shoulder. Keeping the shoulders nice and square, feeling the stretch down through the right hand side of that neck. Lovely, coming back up to the centre and over to the right ear to the right shoulder. Every time you breathe out, just let the shoulders go nice and heavy down away from the ears. Good. Bring the head back up to the centre again. Let's take some nice big shoulder rolls. Squeezing the shoulders up. Squeezing the shoulder blades back together. Rolling the shoulders. I'm going to bring in lots of opportunities today in this class for you to move intuitively. So I'm going to set you the basic movement, but if you want to add on anything and go a little bit off-piste, then that is what I'm encouraging you to do today. So nice warm-up one for you to start as you start to roll those shoulders. Maybe you want to bring in a little bit more fluidity to the movement, rolling one shoulder at a time, maybe really squeezing back, holding that stretch, opening out through the chest already. Maybe getting the torso involved a little bit more. Move in a way, try not to think about it too much, and just move in a way that feels good for you. Start to wake up those bravery muscles. Good. Come back to the centre, taking a nice deep breath in. We're going to take the left hand to the right knee. Just take a gentle twist with the spine around to the right. Keep the spine up nice and tall. Lovely deep breath in, breathing out. Back over to the other side. Lovely. Let's do a few each way. Try and find that flow a little bit more. Not forcing yourself into the twist. Don't worry if you're not getting around into that twist as far as you think you should be able to. Listen to your body, doing what feels good. Giving yourself a bit of break, a little bit of respect. Good, a couple more each side. Excellent, lovely. Coming back to the centre when we're ready. Okay, we're going to change our legs now and come and sit into deer pose. So we're going to swing the legs over to the left side to start off with. For anyone who may be unfamiliar with deer pose, we've got the right leg here along the front edge of the mat, and then the left leg is tucked behind us. Try and sit on both sitting bones if you can. Again, there's no perfect position in this posture. If that back leg wants to stick out a little bit, let it. If it wants to tuck right in, let it. Find what's comfortable and what feels good for you. Okay, sitting up nice, excuse me, nice and tall. Taking the left hand to either the left ankle or the floor. Take a nice big breath in, sweep that right arm all the way over. Lovely side stretch. Good, breathing out with the arm back to the floor. Sweep this left arm all the way up. Good, go back. Keep flowing like that. In, taking the left arm around, reaching up. Again, if you get confused with what these arms are doing, don't panic too much. Good. Lovely. Deep breaths. Good. Let's start to increase that movement a little bit. So maybe as we sweep this left arm around now, we push up through the hips, open up, starting to open up through the chest. Good. Find the flow and the rhythm that works for you. We're looking up to the ceiling. Good. Lovely flowing movement to get us started. Using that breath. Excellent. Ooh. A little bit of peace there. Perfect. Good. Coming up. Good. Let's do a couple more from right to the centre. Really warming up through the body. And just hope we're going to create a little bit of heat, a little bit of fire in our tummies today. Help us be strong, courageous, and brave. Good. Coming back to the centre when you're ready. So let's start to switch on those core muscles, bringing the legs through to the front. Sitting on your bottom, shoulders rolling back, so we've got that lovely tall spine, drawing the belly button into the spine so you can feel that we're lengthening through the lower back. Just bring the tiptoes onto the floor so you can feel we're starting to wake that core up already. Good, just holding here. Finding that fire in your belly, nice deep breath in. Maybe some of you would like to lift those toes up off the floor into a mini boat position. Find that balance. If you rock back, don't worry, come and sit back up. Lovely, tapping the toes down. Good. Nicely relaxing, bring the feet back to the floor. We're going to take the legs over to the other side. Good, find that position that works for you. So one leg out in front of us, the right leg now is tucked behind. Find that length in your spine. We're going to be nice and tall and proud throughout today's class. So bringing one hand, right hand onto the right ankle or the floor. Big deep breath in as we sweep over left arm. Good. Back to the floor. Just working around. Lovely. I'm going to keep my hips on the floor for the first few, but you know where we're going now. So maybe if you want to, lifting those hips up straight away. Lovely. Nice, reaching. Opening up through the side body. Here we go, I'm going to lift the hips up this time, reaching up, opening up through the hips. Finding that flow in the movement. Woo. Nice. Good, keep that breath going, reaching, taking up space. Good, let's look up. Really push into the floor. Grow up out of your mat. Lovely. And coming back to the center. Good, just taking a second just to settle back down. Notice already how that's opened up the body, raise the heart rate up just a little bit and how you are feeling already. Good. Let's spin the legs around nice and gently, and we're going to come onto all fours. And then sending your hips back onto your heels. And take a child's pose, savasana. Just bringing the forehead down towards the floor. Reaching those fingertips out ahead of you. And there's the option here for you today to bring the elbows into the mat. Grab position with the hands and take the hands up over the head. Creating that sharp, powerful, sharp fin. Lovely stretch through the triceps at the same time. And just taking a few deep breaths. Breathing into the skin on the back of the body. Pulling the hands back. Pushing the elbows forwards towards the front of your head. Big bold, lovely little sequence coming up for you now. Fearless. And bolster. Lovely. Coming up onto your hands and knees. I'm going to tuck the toes underneath. Spread the fingers nice and wide and lift those hips up and back into our first downward dog. We're just going to rest here for a few seconds, maybe pedaling out through the backs of the legs just to warm up. Maybe you prefer some stillness today. Sometimes it takes just as much bravery and courage just to be still. Excellent. And then when you are ready, slowly walking your feet up to meet your hands at the top. Good. Forward fold Uttanasana. You can see I've got a nice bend through my legs. Some of you may have straight legs, some of you your legs may be much more bent than mine. Find what works for you. Wherever you are, let the head hang. Excellent. Breathing out, rolling up. Lovely. Sweeping the arms all the way up overhead. That's in our mountain. Pose, maybe looking up at those hands. Tiny little back bend if you know your back's okay. Shining that heart up to the ceiling. Opening the chest. Good. And then bring the hands down to the heart. Closing the eyes. And taking a big breath. Excellent. Let's bring the hands down by our sides. Open up the palms. Again, that openness, that fearlessness. To be open to let everyone see us. Good. Finding your feet on the floor. Maybe a little bit of movement backwards and forwards. And a lovely contact and support from the mat. Good. Drawing in through the core, we're going to come into our first balance. We're going to peel the left toe up off the floor, bring the knee up. Good. Holding that there. If your knee's here and your toes on the floor, perfect. Or anywhere in between. Good. Nice deep breath. Find that point of focus, your drishti. Lovely. Bring that leg down. Good. Plant the foot, find that lovely even weight between 2 feet. And then we're going to take the weight into the left foot. Perfect. Good. Bring that leg down. Let's move with a little bit more speed. So coming up with the left foot. Holding that core in. Good. Down. out right foot. Excellent. Down. Let's do one more each side, left foot. And if you fall and if you wobble, it's all good. Just come back to the start, right foot. Excellent. Bring it down, lovely. Both feet up back to the floor. So lovely deep inhale, reaching the arms up again, looking up at those hands. And then breathing out, coming down into a forward fold. Big breath in, bending the knees and reaching up again. Lovely. Bring the hands back down through heart center and back to your sides. Good. Here we go. We're going to peel up with that left foot again, finding your balance in that left foot up. So here comes a little bit of trust of yourself. I'm going to get you to take this left foot back behind you. I want you to keep looking ahead and trust that you will find the floor. A little bit of bravery, reaching that foot back. Perfect, into a high lunge position. Turn the back foot so the toes are pointing to the front left edge of your mat. Bending the front knee, maybe shuffling the feet apart a little bit more if you need to. Hips are facing forwards, we're going to sweep the arms up into warrior one. Beautiful. Good. Let's open that chest, open that heart again. Big deep breath in, breathing out, pull the arms down into the cactus arms. Lovely. Breath in, coming up. Twice more, breathing out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Breathing in, come up. Out. Excellent. Lovely. Reaching those arms up. Good. Reach the arms ahead of us. And we're going to pull back into warrior two. Pulling back that bow and arrow nice and strong. Turning the hips. Opening those hands out. Again, adjust the feet. If you need to, take your time and find what works for you. So we've got heart and shoulders stacked over the hips if you can. Lovely bend through that front knee, knee over ankle. Good. Looking ahead, look at that focus point, that drishti again. With the strength in your legs and strength for your body as you hold this position. Big deep breaths. Lovely. So lower that back arm, reaching forward, turn the front palm up, and then as we straighten the leg, we're going to come into reverse warrior. Flow with that hand. Feel the upper body is nice and soft back into warrior two. Good. Again, reaching forward, turn the palm up, breathing out, straighten the front leg. Nice and soft. And back into warrior two. Lovely. One more time, drop that back arm. Turn hand, reaching up. Good, nice and soft. Warrior two, feel that strength in the legs and the softness in the upper body. Good. Bring the hand around, both arms ahead of you again now, pivoting on that back foot. I'm going to bring both hands down to the floor, either side of that front leg. Plant the left hand, nice deep breath in, reaching all the way up the right hand. Lovely choice. Big deep breath. Cartwheeling that hand back down. Good. Planting both hands. Right leg comes back into plank. We are strong. We've got this. If you need to drop the knees to the floor, you're free. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Coming back up into plank. If you drop the knees, you're going to push the hips up and back into downward dog. Big deep breath in, breathing out, back into plank. Big breath in, pushing the hips up. Big back to plank, rolling on those toes, rolling through the body. Good. One more. Nice deep breath. Belly button pulls up to spine. Got this. Back to plank. Here we go. We're going to lower to our belly. So it's up to you whether you want to chaturanga into upward dog, knees, chest and chin, or lowering down elbows into your sides, just down to your belly. And then wherever you are coming to, and maybe squeezing those shoulders back, shining your heart forwards. Getting that breath slightly, breath rate slightly raised. Firing up. Lovely. Bring the head back down to the floor. We're going to push all the way back to Savasana, child's pose again, and just take a moment's rest. Big, long breaths. And just noticing how you're feeling, how the practice makes you feel. Well done. One more breath here, and when you are ready, coming back up onto all fours. Tucking the toes underneath the back up into our downward dog. Really pushing those hands into the floor. Maybe your heels reach the floor, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter where you are today. It's working with that, accepting that. And then on a breath out, walking those feet up to meet the hands. Again, go to forward fold. Nice deep breath in, bend the knees, reaching all the way up. Hands meet the center, looking up at those hands. Now breathing out, hands back down to heart center. Lovely. Back to Savasana. Our palms open, facing forwards. I'm going to spin to the other end of my mat. So I'm going to reverse on the other side. You don't have to. I'm just spinning here, otherwise I'll have my bottom facing you. Good. Nice deep breath again. Maybe close the eyes. Maybe finding the balance this time with the eyes closed. A little bit more of a challenge. Take that challenge. If you fall, get back up again. Lovely. We're going to peel left foot up off the mat, just as we did before. Good. Slowly place that down. Right foot coming up. Good. And down. What happens if you do close those eyes? More wobbles. Good, right foot. One more time each side, looking up the left foot. Good, and the right foot. Keeping the right foot up into, up into the air this time. Nice deep breath in. Trust that the floor is behind you and it will catch you. Taking a lovely big step back. Beautiful. Turning the toes. And coming into warrior one. Adjusting the feet if you need to. Maybe taking the feet a little bit wider across the mat if you find it hard to face the hips forwards. And when you're there, big deep breath in, reaching the arms up. Good. A great, proud, strong pose. This is lovely. Big, deep breath in, breathing out, shine that heart forward, open up through the chest, squeeze the arms down into your cactus arms. Breathing in. Breath out. Excellent. Nicely again. Nicely breath in. And breath out. Pull those arms down. Good. Breath in, reaching up. Bring the arms forward. Pull our bow and arrow back. Come into warrior two. Opening out through the arms again. Adjusting those feet again if you need to. Find the strength in your legs. It's there. Lining yourself up. Good. Looking forward, finding that focus point. I'm going to hold it. Can you sink a little bit deeper into your front leg? Feel that we wobble in the quad. Feel the heat building. Nice deep breath. Good. Just drop the back arm, turn the front palm over. Reach forwards, up and back as we straighten that front leg, peaceful warrior. Good. Coming back into our warrior two. Turn the front arm over, reach forwards, up and back. Breathe. Keep breathing. Last one. Arm down, reaching forward, up. Lovely. Good. Move back to warrior two again, finding that strength in your body. Bring the arms back to the front, pivoting on that way. Back leg. Bring both hands down to the floor. Lovely. Planting the right hand this time. Big deep breath in, pulling the left arm, opening up all the way to the ceiling. Lovely twist. And then we'll replace both hands down to the floor. Nice deep breath in, pull in that core. Big step back to plank. Good. Push those heels back, draw the belly button up, squeeze the thighs, the glutes. Looking down between your hands. Hold this, feel the strength, feel the fire. Starting to build. We are here for 3, 2, 1. Pushing back to your downward facing dog. One breath. Breathing out back to plank. Breath in. Breath out back to downward dog. Breathing in, rolling forward back into plank. One last time, breath out back to downward dog. Excellent. Coming forward to plank. Your choice. Knees, chest and chin, or lowering all the way down, keeping those elbows tucked into the sides. Finding the floor with your belly. Hands alongside your rib cage. Elbows tucked in. We lift up, shining that heart forwards, maybe a little bit higher this time. Into your mini cobra. Breathe. Good. Lowering down. Tucking the toes underneath. Well done. Pushing back to your child's pose. Take a breath. Again, notice how you are feeling. There's the option here of coming into your shark fin. Or you can reach the hands out. Maybe coming up onto the fingertips with a lovely stretching on the shoulders. Find what works for you. Slow that breath back down. Your heart rate coming back down, just focusing back in to yourself. Spin around. Lovely. One more deep breath. And slowly coming all the way back up. We're going to come back onto all fours. Nice deep breath in, tucking the toes underneath, push the hips up and back into a downward dog. And then walking the feet back in to your Uttanasana forward fold. Head hang. Let the arms hang, shoulders go. And when you're ready, rolling all the way back up, taking the hands all the way up over the head. Big deep breath in, root the palms in the centre. And breathing out, bring the hands back to your heart, centre. Good. Close the eyes. Wiggle the feet together, heel toe the feet together. Keep the eyes closed. Trust yourself, trust your guidance. Little challenges. Okay, maybe we can keep the eyes closed here now as we start to peel. Hands are still in prayer position as we start to peel that left foot up off the floor again. If it goes wrong, we fail, but we live bolder. We've tried it. Side, right side, keeping his legs stuck together in the centre this time. When they're on the floor, so a little bit trickier for that balance. Lovely. One more each side. Even up. That's the shoulders. Good. Other side. Perfect. Breathe down. Good. You can open your eyes now. I don't want anyone falling over. This is where the safety element comes in. We're going to lift up that left foot again. And again, take a nice big step back. Trust that the floor is going to find you, is going to catch you. And then turning both feet this time to face the edge of your mat. Good. Bring the hands onto the hips, maybe turning the toes out a little bit wider towards the corners of your mat. We're going to start to sink down, taking those knees out wide into our goddess pose. Again, some of you here may be enough. Some of you may be able to get down much lower than I'm even going today. So just find what works for you. Tucking the tailbone underneath. Hands onto the hips. How strong, proud pose. Good. You've got this. You've got that strength in your body to hold this pose. Deep breath in, maybe breathing out, maybe taking it a little bit lower. Okay, got an option for you here if you're feeling really brave. This is one of the benefits of practicing indoors in your own homes as well. You can be much braver. We're going to do some lion's breath by holding this position. Hands onto the hips, nice deep breath in. In through the nose. As we breathe out, we're going to stick the tongue out. Breathe out through the mouth. A little bit of fun, but let go. Give it a go. Nice deep breath in. Sinking a little bit lower. Nice deep breath in again. Maybe a little bit lower still. Last deep breath. Brilliant. Always makes me smile. Good. Bring the legs back up. Wow, feel that burn in the legs. Nice deep breath in. Let's twizzle around. Take the weight into that right foot and come back to the center. Lovely. Big deep breath in. Reach those arms all the way up over the head. Breathing out, folding forwards. All the way down. Give those legs a rest. Maybe bend the knees. Rest the chest on the belly. Chest on the belly. Chest on the thighs. Let the head hang. One more deep breath in. Breathing out, reaching these arms up. And hands back to heart center. I'm going to spin around to the other side of my mat so you can see me again. Bring the feet back together. Standing up nice and tall, shoulders back. Maybe closing those eyes again. And bring the hands to prayer position. And heel up with the left leg. Good. Slowly lower down. Heeling up with the right leg. Slowly lowering down. One more each side. Good. This time keep the right leg lifted. We're going to reach behind us. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit brave now. We've done this a few times. Reaching behind. Absorb those wobbles, appreciate those wobbles, and then turn to face the edge of the mat again. Here we go, we're going to come back down into our goddess for 3 more rounds of lion's breath. Bring the hands to wherever's comfortable, maybe turning those toes out slightly, and nice deep breath in, pulling the core, tuck the tailbone underneath, calming all the way down. Good, sitting the weight back into those heels. Here we go. Big deep breath in. Breathing all the way out, last one. Lovely. Holding here, we can hold, maybe sinking a little bit lower for that strength. We'll keep building all the way through the core, through the body, a little tremor. One more deep breath in. Breathing out, straighten up through the legs. Here we go. We're going to turn, take the weight through that left foot and push off and back to the front of our mat. into our standing position again. Well done. It was brilliant. Good. Zipping the legs back up together. We're going to get those legs really building up that heat now. Weight coming back into the heels, shoulders back. We're going to start to bend the knees. Sending the hips back. We're going to sit back into our chair pose. Good. Really squeezing those legs together. So that heat building in the legs. Some of you may want to take your arms up. Some of you may prefer to have your arms here. Some of you may wish to stay here in prayer pose. Find what works for you. We're going to hold this position. Breathe deep. Got this. Take challenge. Lovely. Maybe sinking an inch lower. Feel the legs. We're working the legs. We're building the heat in the body. One more nice deep breath. Breathing out length, the legs come into forward fold. Feel that little wobbles and little shakes. Lovely, let the head hang down. Let those legs rest. Big, nice deep breath in, soften through the knees, rolling all the way up. Reaching up the hands, bring the hands together, back down into prayer pose. Good, feet are still stuck together, legs are still stuck together. Good, sending the hips back again, back into our chair pose. Lovely, hold in there. We're going to go for a twist this time, so bring the hands into prayer if you haven't already. We're going to hook the left elbow onto the outside of that right knee. Turn the chest. Nice, make sure the knees stay level with each other. You might find the left knee wants to come forward, so pull that left hip back. Excellent, breathe deep. Hold in this position. Nearly there, you can do it. Holding for another 3, 2, 1. Perfect, come back to the center. Can you stay there? Excellent, feel those legs working, taking it over to the right, hooking the hooking the right elbow onto the left knee. Pull that right hip back. Legs are burning, legs are shaking. We're nearly there. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Back to the center. Let's sink that inch lower. Perfect. You have got this. You can do this. We're holding for 3, 2, 1. Back into your forward fold. Well done. Big deep breaths. Feel that heat in the body. Let's roll all the way up. Good. Closing the eyes. Hands by the side. Big deep breaths. Just notice how you are feeling. See if we can slow the breath down. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more energized, a little bit more courageous. I've got one more challenge for you before we cool down and come into Shavasana. So you can stay where you are. I'm going to come to the center of my mat really so you can see me a little bit better. Final balance of today. We're going to come into tree pose. Let's take the left leg to start off with. Just coming onto that toe, bringing the heel next to the ankle. Starting here, we're going to grow our tree nice and slowly. Good, find that balance. Maybe you're comfortable closing the eyes, seeing how that changes things. Trust yourself. Good. And stay there. Some of you might want to bring the foot now up onto the opposite calf. Some of you may want to bring the foot up into the thigh. Wherever you are, find that balance. Maybe if you haven't brought the foot up onto the thigh before because you're a little bit scared that you're going to fall over, today's your day. Take that chance, take that risk. What happens if you fall over? You get back up. Try again. Excellent. Now with these hands, this is your chance to do something that's right for you. Some of you may want to stay here, some of you may wish to come into prayer position, some of you may wish to reach up, take up some space, let everyone know you're here. And then if you're feeling really adventurous, really bold, living fearlessly, which I hope you are, maybe you can start to bring in some any movement with those arms. Really working out what feels good for you and your tree. You've got that strength, you've got that foundation. You can live boldly up top. Lovely. Maybe it's a swaying tree. Nice. This is the sad side of teaching online, is that I don't get to see what everyone else is up to. I'm sure it's fantastic, whatever you're doing, whatever feels right for you today. Excellent, nice, deep breath. Bring the hands back to the centre. And then we're going to slowly release that leg down. Bring the feet together, hands to prayer position, close the eyes just for a second. And I want you to know as we go into this other side that just because you did something on that first side doesn't mean it's going to work or that you have to do it again on this second side. Again, do what's right for you. So here we go, everyone together, we're going to take heel to the ankle, just finding that balance. And then when you're ready, if you want to, of course, slowly sliding that foot up to wherever works for you, wherever you're going to be challenging yourself a little bit today. Good. Find that position. And then again, once you're there, once you're balanced, live wild, go free, let those arms go. Use the strength of your foundation. We've shown how strong those legs are today. We've shown how strong your body is today. Just letting it all go a little bit. Another option may be closing the eyes, really testing yourself, testing that bravery. Maybe it's a bit of stillness today. Excellent. Keep it going. Another few seconds. Nice big stretch. Love a swaying tree. Brilliant. Bring those hands all the way back to heart centre. Slowly releasing that leg back down to the floor. And then let's bring chin to chest, rolling all the way down into your forward fold. Well done. Hopefully you all took up a little bit of a challenge there. Fearing less, living bolder. Perfect. Nice deep breath in, breathing out, rolling all the way up. Reaching those hands up and breathing out from those hands all the way back down through to heart centre. Close the eyes. And again, just taking an opportunity to notice how you are feeling. Excellent. Good. We're going to slowly make our way down onto all fours. Very short little cool down, just for you to wring out through the body before we come down into Shavasana. Hands underneath shoulders, spreading those fingers nice and wide, knees underneath hips. We're going to run through a cat and cow or cat and camel some of your nose. So taking a lovely deep breath in, looking forward, sending that tailbone out behind you, lengthening through the front of the body, shining your heart forwards into the world. Breathing out, coming up into a camel, tucking the tailbone, tucking the chin. Pushing the hands and the shins into the floor. It breathing in, coming through again. Breathing out. This is your last opportunity now to let go of the idea of perfection. Be a little bit brave. Get a little bit wild, and we're going to go freestyle into this cat and cow just to finish off. So just listen to your body. Listen to what it wants you to do. Maybe start adding in some wiggles side to side. Maybe we can circle the hips. Maybe you'd just like to rock back and rest in child's pose. I'm just going to give you 30 seconds or so just to move in a way that feels right for you, just to loosen off any last little bits of tightness and tension in the body before we lay down. See if you can work with your breath. Well done. Doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. You're in your own little bubble, doing your own little thing. I shouldn't say little thing. Doing your own thing is a very important own thing. And then slowly winding up whenever you're ready. Coming back to your flat back. Let's just rock back onto our heels together. Reach these arms out one last time. And bring head to the floor. Just take a second to be really proud of what you've achieved today. Testing some boundaries, being a little bit braver. Not worrying about that idea of perfection. Slowly walking those hands back in and spin the legs around, come onto your chin. And we're going to come down into Shavasana. So making yourself comfortable on your back. I've got quite a nice idea. If any of you have got a block or a cushion handy today, it's just to prop that underneath the middle of your back as you lay down. And it just allows you to stay open through that heart, open through the chest. Make sure the head's supported. This block is probably a little bit too high for me to be comfy in my neck. Just something maybe to open out through the chest and to shine that heart. If you haven't got anything, it's not a problem. Lay flat on your back. So coming down with your hands by your sides, arms turned up to face the ceiling. If you like, or maybe hands onto your belly. Again, I want you to be totally comfortable in this position. We're just going to finish finding a little bit of stillness. So have a little wiggle if you need to. Once you get there, find that comfy position and closing off the eyes. Let's all take in a nice deep breath together. And then sigh it out. Let it go. The shoulders drop down. Let's do 2 more just because that's so lovely. A nice deep breath in again. Sigh it out. Last one. to let it all go. And let your breathing come back to normal. And as we have done throughout the class, just coming back one last time to notice how you feel. How do you feel now compared to at the start of the class? And just to finish off, while you're laying in your relaxation, I would like to read you a poem, which is quite a famous poem. I've come across it numerous times, but it was just a poem that seemed to fit so perfectly with this idea of letting go of perfection and living a little bit bolder, not worrying about the thoughts and the expectations of the society and everyone else around us. It's a poem called She Let Go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of the fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons. Wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry, she just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. Just going to slowly start to bring a little bit of movement back into our bodies. Maybe just gently turning the head side to side, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Maybe taking one more deep breath, sighing it out and letting it all go. When you are ready, turning onto either side. Pausing there for a second. And then slowly pushing yourself up to a seat. Finding that lovely tall spine, rolling your shoulders back. Just bring the hands onto the knees. And then finally, when you are ready, taking a lovely deep breath in, reaching those hands all the way up to the ceiling. Let's look up at the hands one last time. And then breathing out, drawing the hands all the way down through heart centre, pausing. And then bringing the hands up to the third eye. We can trust ourselves, trust our intuition to know what is right for us. Lovely. And then bow the head and whispering namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that session. I absolutely loved teaching it. I will pop the link for the book if anyone is interested into the comment section below. And if anyone has any comments or questions, as always after the class, please feel free to let me know. And hopefully I will see you again soon.